Yeah, what a fun question for the work we're doing. When I think of connectivity, I think of two things that are kind of always going back and forth. One is diversity of relationships. So different kinds of people, different kinds of ideas, different kinds of opportunities, different kinds of resources. But then also depth of relationship. So you've got all these different kinds of things coming together in all of these exciting ways. And for me, that's really where connectivity gets exciting. It's not just about bringing two things together. It's about bringing them together in constructive, creative, innovative sorts of ways. And if we can do that, I feel like the connection is stronger, is richer, and is much more likely to generate exciting results. Particularly here in Beaver County, we're not far away from Pittsburgh, but in many ways, we sometimes feel a world apart. We've spent a lot of time hunkered down, surviving some really tough times and tough years. And to come out of that and to continue to grow and to thrive, we need to be working together. We need to be thinking together. We need to be abolishing these silos that have kept us apart for so long. And increasingly that is the work of RiverWise. I think that's the work of certainly Beaver County, and frankly, I think the nonprofit sector more broadly could do a much better job at getting out of our own boardrooms and really thinking more deeply about how what we're doing and how we're doing it connects to a broader group of people. And so I just see that being kind of the fuel that moves forward creativity in the sector and in our region, and certainly in our work at RiverWise. Man, where don't I see vibrancy? I think um, one of the cool things about an idea like vibrancy is if you have an eye to see it, you can start to notice it everywhere. And so as we look for it in the work we're doing, I certainly see it in the people with whom we're working. People are inherently inclined towards vibrancy, and they want that, and that's a piece of who they are and want to become. We do a good job of snuffing that out from time to time, but I see it rising up all around the region. I see it in the relationships that we continue to form as an organization, as individuals, and really as a region. There's a kind of energy, kind of newness of opportunity that is emerging all around us, and that's super exciting to me. And then I think, also in the ideas that are percolating through our networks and throughout the conversations we're having, it just feels charged, almost like a static electricity in the air. There's a kind of an opportunity that's emerging that I think is really well captured by the phrase vibrancy, and we're excited to be a part of that. I'm I'm very bullish on the future, certainly the future of Beaver County. I feel like in many ways we've been sort of this hibernating animal for a few generations, and there are lots of reasons why we're coming out of that, and most of those center on this reawakening of our collective sense of agency, um, our um, our desire to see something different and fuller and richer for our communities. One of the best ways that's exemplified is, I'm pretty well connected to what's going on around the region. And even so, every week I'm hearing about new connections, new relationships, new initiatives. I can't keep up. And I think that's the best possible barometer for me of the kind of hopefulness uh, and vigor that I see in our region. We started out as an organization. I said we wanted to be sort of like a fire starter. We wanted to start all these little small fires around the region and just sort of see where the wind took them. And that's really been happening. I think the connections between our people, our organizations, they're starting to coalesce around something that feels less like a controlled burn and more like a a movement of a big forest fire, and that's pretty exciting to me. I think it's a hopeful look at what the future might hold for us as a region.